All right, peace to the 12. This is going to be a short video. I know I say this all the time, but this is actually going to be a short video. I'm not going to make this a 40-minute video this time. Anyway, the title of this video will be called Nobody is Burning in Hell. All right. The hell that people talk about, oh, you're going to burn in hell and this and that. That's not real. All right. We're going to go into the scriptures and we're going to prove that. All right. Let's start off with Jonah chapter 2, verse 2. Actually, I'll start at 1. Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his God out of the fish's belly, and said, I cried by reason of mine affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice. See that? Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice. For thou hadst cast me into the deep, in the midst of the seas, and the floods compassed me about. All thy billows and thy waves passed over me. Then I said, I am cast out of thy sight, yet I will look again toward the holy temple. The waters compassed me about, even to the soul, the depth closed me round about, the weeds are wrapped about my head. Now the importance of this is, context. Jonah was swallowed up by a great fish, a giant fish, the fish's belly, hence right there. But what did he say? I cried by reason of my affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me out of the belly of hell. All right. So hell is a state. Hell is the grave chiefly, but hell is also a state of being, being abased, being at the lowest end. And we're going to prove that. All right. But notice he didn't say that he was buried in hell because, no one is. All right. Let's prove this. Hell in the Blue Letter Bible. All right. Let's get the definition of hell. Derived from the Saxon Helen, let's start here. Sheol. According to the Old Testament, 65 times. This word Sheol is derived from the root word meaning to ask the man hence insatiableness. Now watch this. It is rendered grave 31 times. The riser retained. You see that? It is rendered grave. Watch this again. Hell, the place of disembodied spirits. The inhabitants of Sheol, the congregation of the dead. You see that? Everyone's body really goes to hell anyway, man, because hell is the grave, and or state, all right, a lower state, all right. There you go. The dead go down to it. You see that? The dead go down to it. Sheol is described as deep, dark. The dead go down to it. All right. So right there, hell is actually the grave. We just got the definition. Grave. You notice in this entire definition of hell, not once, not in any of these definitions does it say a burning pit of fire where bad people go and a guy with a pitchfork is going and he's stabbing people, on their backside, telling them, hurry up. That's not happening. All right, now let's get scriptures. All right. Let's get Amos 9 and 2. I'll start at 1. All right. I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the post may shake and cut them in the head, all of them. I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Now watch this. Though they dig into hell, what is that talking about? Underground. Then shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. So heaven would be, obviously the sky, and hell being the underground. So hell actually has another definition. It means underground, all right? So you see that. And though they hide themselves at the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. But anyway, that's speaking of people that try to hoe in a submarine, or they try to dig underground in a bunker, or they try to go into the sky to escape judgment. There's no way you could go. But it tells you what? That they're going to dig into hell, meaning into the underground, All right, let's get Ephesians 4:9. All right. I'm just going to hit these scriptures and I'm going to end this video because, like I said, it's a short one. All right. Ephesians 4:9. Now that he ascended, what is it? But that he also descended first into the lower parts of the earth. This is speaking about the Lord, Yahushua, who people call Christ. But the Lord went to the lower parts of the earth, which is hell. All right, we're going to prove that. Let's go to Acts 2 and 31. Acts 2 and 31. Matter of fact, let's start at 30. Or Acts 2 and 31. Let's start at 30. Therefore, being a prophet and knowing that God had sworn with an oath to him that of the fruit of his loins according to the flesh he would raise up Christ to sit on his throne. He, seeing this before, spake of the resurrection of Christ, that his soul was not left in hell, neither his flesh did see corruption. All right. His soul was not left in hell. What does that mean? His soul was not left in underground, in the grave. That's why Christ got resurrected, That's why, what they tell you, he was in the ground for 3 days and 3 nights. All right. So he was in hell, meaning he was in the grave, and he was resurrected. All right. We already got Jonah. We talked about he was in the belly of hell. All right. Let's go ahead and get this too. To show you that no, people aren't, burning in hell right now. All right, let's get 2 Ezra 14 and 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Let no man therefore come unto me now, nor seek after me these 40 days. But the point is right here. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. What is that speaking of? The resurrection, because all the dead are going to be risen and judged. This right here is leading to where we get in Revelations. All right, now remember, this said what now? It's going to, people are going to be judged, the ungodly and the righteous. The works are going to be manifest. Let's get Revelations 20 and 13. All right. Matter of fact, I'll start at 12. Revelations 20 and 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open. And another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works. All right. Then it tells you that, and death and hell were cast to the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. So this has not happened yet. All right. Everyone has not been resurrected. All right. So let's go back. And the sea gave up the dead, which read it, and death and hell delivered up the dead. So everyone that died and that was in hell, the bodies, they're going to be risen and they're going to be judged, the righteous and the unrighteous. All right. And the unrighteous are going to be delivered into the lake of fire. So currently there is nobody in this lake of fire as of yet. You understand? So there is no one burning in hell. So when people say, oh, you're going to burn in hell, that's not scriptural, man. All right. This is 1 Samuel. This is kind of not really in hell, but this is going to people speaking to familiar spirits. This is 1 Samuel 28 and 7. All right. Then Saul said unto his servant, seek me a woman that hath a familiar spirit, that I might go to her and inquire of her. And the servant said to him, behold, there is a woman that hath a familiar spirit at Endor. So this is a witch at Endor. Also, fun fact, Endor was where the Ewoks were in the movie Star Wars. But anyway. So Saul goes to this woman. All right. To speak to Samuel. Where is it at? And he said unto her, what form is he of? And she said, an old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel, and he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself. And Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me, and God is departed from me, and answereth me no more, neither by prophets, nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I should do. So for those of you who don't know, the Lord had stopped dealing with Saul, who was the first king of Israel, because he was going off constantly. So the Lord was not dealing with him anymore, and he started dealing with King David, you know. So this man goes to the witch of Endor to speak to Samuel, who was the mentor of Saul, to get answers, you know, which is another disobeying of the Lord. You're not supposed to speak to familiar spirits anyway. But anyway, the point is, he went so that he could speak to the spirit of Samuel, man. You know. Anyway, let's get more of this story. Then said Samuel, wherefore then dost thou ask of me, seeing the Lord is departed from thee and is become thine enemy? So Samuel saying, well, man, if the Lord is not dealing with you, how could I help you? See, everyone is in the Lord's hand anyway. And the Lord hath done to him as he spake by me, for the Lord hath rent the kingdom out of thine hand and given it to thy neighbor, even to David. Because thou obeyest not the voice of the Lord, nor executed his fierce wrath upon Amalek, therefore hath the Lord done this thing unto thee. But anyway, he conjured up Samuel from the dead. Anyway, you know, which he wasn't supposed to do, but he conjured up the spirit of Samuel. All right. Y'all can read Psalms 49 on your own. It also tells you about where people go when they die. And you know, we go and get Ecclesiastes 3:16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. Now, what is under the sun? Under the sun is the earth. Everybody knows the earth is under the sun, all right? That's what's under the sun. That's the place of judgment. You see, everyone's going to get risen from where? The earth, from the graves of the earth, and they're going to be judged, all right? That's what it means when it goes into that, you know? So everyone's going to be risen out, once again, from the grave and judged on the earth. Now we're going to go up into the third heaven, and they're going to be in this long single file line. It's going to be this guy reading a book saying, well, you did A, you did B, you did C. That's not what's going to happen. All right. You know. And like I said, you can go all throughout the scriptures every time the word hell is used in the Bible, and the word hell is used 54 times in the Bible. And none of these times is talking about this, which is this guy. Where is this in the Bible? Where is a guy with a red man with horns and a tail and a pitchfork? Where is this in the Bible? It's not in the Bible, man. This man, there's no mention, there's no account of this man in the Bible. All right, you're not going to find that, you know. All right. But anyway, like I said, that's it on this video. Hell is the grave. Okay. And like I said, the title of this video, nobody's burying in hell. And with that, I say peace to the 12. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And yeah, peace. Hopefully this was edifying. Peace.